And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. It is officially Tuesday, March the 29th, as we run the days out on this month as we make way for April Fool's Day coming on Friday. There's no April Fools of what is coming our way, and it's severe weather. It will arrive tomorrow afternoon. Since I got in the studio this morning about 2 hours ago, this happened just a little bit ago, it's been upgraded from a level 3 to a level 4. So now we're at the one notch as we were last week, of severe weather entering the area with possible tornadoes. Now the difference this week will be that last week tornadoes were ahead of the storm. This week the tornadoes will be inside these storms as they make their way through the area. If you remember that, we had long track tornadoes with that last one to where the storms were coming and they were out in front of it. This coming tomorrow afternoon will be inside where there's thunderstorms, tornadoes can pop up. So very similar, just differently as the way the tornadoes will develop and be involved with this. And again, the Meridian area right in the middle of this, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. And we'll look at this in a moment and go to radar and take a look at all that is going on with these storms. Got to be serious. We want you to take this very seriously. Have a weather plan. And weather plan means a place to go to should a warning be issued, a safe place that you can go to. Go back and look at the pictures on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel from last week to see just how dangerous these are. The blink of an eye, a storm can cut down and destroy everything that you've worked for in your life. Most importantly, that you've got, and that's your life. So many people depend upon you, and that's why we're here. We'll give you step-by-step coverage. We'll let you know where it is in the relationship where you are. We'll cover this throughout the day tomorrow. So make sure if you don't follow this, share my page with someone so they'll know about it, whether it's on YouTube here, and also as things go get closer and warnings are issued, we'll go live on Twin States News as well to blanket the market to make sure that everybody is safe. Other than that, it's a wonderful day, isn't it? As we wake up this morning, I do hope everybody is doing well. 63 right now as we head for a high. 84 today. It's going to be warm. Now, we're going to be getting some fog in a little bit also. It hadn't arrived yet. It's south of us right now, and it'll be making its way on up. I say good morning to Kathy Dreves. How are you today? Also, Joyce Gressett is up. Chris and Angie Richardson. Julie Alphin, good morning to you. Pat and Jim Coker. Also, Janice Bounds. Robin Sullivan. Steve Ratcliffe. Hadn't talked to you, Steve, in forever. Hope you're good. Terry Carter. Mary Gradeau. I said that wrong. I just can't get those names just right. I'm trying. Cajun always throws me off. Shirley McCoy, how are you? Good morning from Scuba, Mississippi. Hope everything's doing good there. Miss Dancy, hope you're doing well. Now, again, we'll get into the weather here in just a few moments to let you know more about what's going to be happening in our area. We want you safe. Now, let's talk about yesterday. Things did not turn out so well yesterday afternoon. As we go to what has been going on in our area, our first thing, let's just start with the lead story, and that is someone is shot in our area. As we go to this happened at St. Francis Apartments last night. Right around 10 o'clock is when this happened, maybe a few minutes before. I can't remember. It seems like a blur from yesterday, but definitely horrible. A 14-year-old child has been shot. And I say a child, 14 is a child, however you want to word that. Thing's just a dinging, isn't it? We'll turn that off so it won't make so much noise. But horrible as we go here. And let me just show you how the scene looked last night as we look at this.
They were letting them off, too.
As you look across here, just the scene of the police there last night. Fortunately, that was the only person that was shot. It could have been much worse. As the reports started coming in from this. Now, again, this is under investigation. As we watch, the shots were reported rang out. Were reported that a group of people on foot may have been involved in this, and they headed for the Old Marion Road area. As police surrounded, searched. We'll get a full report later on this morning from MPD. But we take away from this a child shot. Now, we don't know if this was gang-related at this point, but I'm told, and again, at this point not confirmed by MPD, that it was a group of 8-9 people in a group that possibly had something to do with this shooting. This was a gated community from what I understand, so it would have been hard to get in and out in a car. But looks like we'll find out more about this after daylight breaks. Now, as this came about, we had several other shootings that were being reported. Right before this happened, we had, let me see here, I got some notes on this. Right down Church Avenue, we had reports of shots at Church Avenue. Just a few shots, 1,000 block there. No one was hurt to my knowledge on that. We had shots last night reported 17th and 20th Avenue. If you live in any of these areas, you'll know where I'm talking about there. Also, around Highland Avenue, Highland Park and 40th Avenue, 10 shots were reported in there. Now, right over from there at Myrtlewood Drive, we had a home that was hit with gunfire last night. And as you go up into Myrtlewood Drive, this is a one-way street. They go in, they turn around, and they shoot. A bullet went through a home window there. We'll try to get more reports on this also this morning from the Meridian Police Department as we watch carefully on this. We also had, let me see here, shots reported on Paulding Street. There was a single shot reported there. So it was gunfire over and over in our area last night. Ended up with one person shot. Now, if you do the math on this, I'm not saying I'm going historically as we watch all of this. In the past, after a shooting, there's generally more. So, with that being said, be on your P's and Q's as we watch this. If you see something that just doesn't look right, call the Meridian Police Department, call 911, report something that you think is not right, or dispatch. Just make sure law enforcement is aware of something that doesn't look right or isn't right. If you hear something, see something, get in touch with an official so this can be marked and they can get there to try to prevent something from happening. We want our streets safe. We can't let those guilty of doing wrong take over. And that's what we got to do. We got to work together to stop all of this. But again, a lot of that. Now, also yesterday afternoon, and I did not write an article on it. I paid attention to this and I followed this. There was a heavy police presence off of North Hill Street. This would have been on 35th Avenue. If you know where JBM Food Mart is, it was what you would call a grab and run yesterday afternoon. A gentleman walked into the store and they had a money bag laying on the counter. I don't think it had anything but a couple of checks, so he didn't get much, but he grabbed it and ran. Jumped in his car from the gas pumps and ran down toward just over a few blocks. Police were searching for him the last time, waiting for a report on how that ended. No one was hurt, but still, I think they refer to it as a snatch and grab is what they do when somebody grabs money or something that's not theirs. Doesn't use any deadly force. They just grab something and run. Snatch and grab is what they refer to that is. But that was if you're sitting where Northcrest Baptist Church is there at the red light. If you were to take a left, go down that street to the next stop sign, a store down in there is where all of that took place yesterday afternoon. It was a busy afternoon of things of that nature there. No one was hurt, but you also deserve to know exactly what went on in that area. A busy afternoon for the Meridian Police Department. Not only did that happen, as we go to our next story, and let's pull this up so you can see this. Let's go to our webpage. This is sammedia.network. You can read here. We're waiting for full details on this also. An inmate temporarily escaped last night from the Meridian Police Department in transport to the Kemper County facility. Now, as we all know where Ernie Watts' tractor store is there across from the Dollar Tree in DeKalb, this is where it all went down. Now, it is very unclear at this point how the inmate got out of the car. I've tried to sit here and figure it out, and without an explanation from the MPD, I do not know. But what we do know is somewhere along there, the inmate either busted out a back glass, some form, shape, way, and the officer stopped and he got out of the car. The officer never lost sight of the person being transported to the jail. The Kemper County Sheriff's Department rushed to the scene a few minutes later and helped take the inmate back into custody. He was then transported by Kemper County Sheriff's Department onto the jail. Now, again, there's a lot of things there that we don't know, that we got to put the ABCs together to get the rest of the story, as Paul Harvey would say. But that happened yesterday. Last night, as being transported there. And a lot of people don't realize this, as the Meridian Police Department houses their inmates in Kemper County at that facility. That's why the Meridian police officer was there delivering. But we'll try to find out more about that as well after daylight this morning. A lot went on there. Stay close. We've got more coming up. We'll tell you exactly what's going on in our community. Stay close. We'll tell you about some state news, and also we'll get into weather here in just a few moments.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville has these great savings this week. Cuties or Halos, a 3-pound bag, $6.99. Fresh cantaloupes, $2.99 each. Dixie Crystal Sugar, a 4-pound bag, $2.89. Brian Wieners, a 12-ounce package, $1.69. Family Pack boneless pork chops, $2.49. And certified Angus beef ribeye steaks family pack, $12.49 a pound.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
And welcome back. I'm glad you joined us this morning for some headlines and some local news in our area as we pass along what goes on. Good morning to Alicia Cross. Glad to see you watching us this morning. Janice Wiggins is aboard. Kemper County, nothing better is there. And Curtis Morris. Good morning to y'all. As we look around Lucedale, Mississippi, as we look into this, as we point out when people come up missing, we try to share these so everybody will know. George County is where that is. Larry James Spicer was missing from there, and he has been found deceased. As we put out these bolos of the missing from MBI, the state of Mississippi, he has been found deceased. We hate to pass along those, but he was found earlier, late Sunday afternoon, as we find these things. That's so horrible that happened. We still have the missing young lady from Kemper County that happened months ago. Still no word where she might be. We also learned that an 18-year-old has been killed in an Ackerman shooting. As we go north of the Meridian area toward the North Mississippi area, he was shot around 2:30 Sunday afternoon at the Myrtlewood apartment complex. Investigation still underway under that. This is sad. This is near in the state of Mississippi, but right at the state line, as we find out that a newborn infant was found dead. It was placed on the doorsteps of a residence, premature, and was deceased, as they're trying to track down who the mother might be with that. Those things just shake me up to even talk about those. I don't know any other smoother way to say them, but horrible situation there. We don't know if the mother was trying to get the child help, why she didn't go to a hospital, but they are on the lookout. Maybe the police there. We'll find out more about that. That's South Haven, right at the state line there. Also, we see that a man was killed in Macomb in a shootout. It happened at a car wash. The victim has been identified as a 26-year-old Frank Bates. He was from Magnolia, Mississippi. The police say it was one of the worst scenes that they've seen. Tons and tons of ammo laying around. Shells. Also, they made an arrest there in Macomb. 2 drug dealers right after that. It's common, isn't it? Who would have thought little old Mississippi would have this type of talk? I wouldn't have 25 years ago. Seemed like that was in some far-off place. But no, it's made it to our doorstep now, and we've got crime all across the state. It's not just here in Meridian. It's not here just in Kemper County or Philadelphia. It's statewide. Down equipment, these areas, and horrible to talk about. I don't know if you're aware of this, as we go to national news and look at a few things there. As Joe tried to take questions yesterday about his mispronunciation, is where they're backtracking on where he tried to say that Putin was out of power. As usual, Joe can't do it by himself. Here's the picture. As they zoom in on this, he had cheat sheets there, talking points. The man is just clearly not capable of talking about something off the cuff. Now, I don't know if there's mental problems or what the case is, but he can't do it, and we all know that. Will Smith has apologized. We'll get deeper into this morning as we discuss what happened at the Oscars. A lot of people really don't care. If it wasn't brought up this way, I didn't watch it, and I probably wouldn't have known the Oscars even happened if Will Smith hadn't have done the famous slap at this point. But we'll talk more about that because it is national this morning at 8 a.m. Make sure you come back for that. Did you watch any of the Marvel comics, the Justice League? One of the actors has been arrested in Hawaii for cussing someone at a karaoke bar. I guess in Hawaii you can't do that. You're back in the States, boy, you can just kind of do what you want, can't you? We've seen that in the news. Oh, yeah, you can steal L.A., places like that, up to $1,000, and they won't do anything to you. Ukraine is striking back at Russia as they release the name of more of 600 Russian spies to the public. Now, that's going to cause them problems. And Biden also, as we talk about what's going on nationally, is pitching the largest tax hike in American history. $5.8 trillion is being requested. We'll see how far this goes. Boy, that's a lot. We'll see who follows with this and backs it. We'll see. That's all up and coming. We'll do weather next to let you know exactly what's going on with this weather. We got some serious stuff on the way, and we'll do that next. Mark your calendars for the Spring Extravaganza Show coming Saturday, April 23rd, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. with a brand new location at the old Office Max building at Bonita Lake Circle. From boutique clothes, shoes and accessories, children's clothing, spring plants, jewelry, gift items. Come shop and have lunch with Jack's Sausage Dogs. The Spring Extravaganza Gift Show, Saturday, April the 23rd from 9 until 4 at the old Office Max building in Meridian. Call Becky at 601-480-1776. As the days get warmer, the grass starts growing. Drop in and visit with Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 in Sicalina, where they've got a complete line of the #1 lawnmower in America, Skag. Whether you're a homeowner or a lawn care service, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower just for you. Plus, they carry Exmark tractors and any part that you may need for your existing tractor or lawnmower. Drop in and see Cole or Buttermilk today. Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, 601-626-8759. Main thing today that we want to point out is this is not a fire day. Do not burn today. We have wind advisories out right now as we look across on this, across the state of Mississippi, and fog moving into the area. South of here, already bad as we look to the fog. Let's pull up radar so you can take a look this morning. This is what is going on. We've got fog already now moving into Clark County. This is Wayne County, Mobile. All across this area has thick fog this morning down to Panama City. But as we zoom in on this a little bit closer, already starting to see fog in Shibuda, and it's been moving northward over the last 45 minutes. This started out as a little bit. Now it's turned into a much larger thing. So be careful as you plan your day. Today, this morning, this should hang around us till about 9 a.m., this thick fog. Also, some areas there west of New Orleans, Baton Rouge. All of this desert sand-looking area here on the radar covering Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, and Louisiana. This is a wind advisory. It's going to be out until 7 p.m. tonight as we look here. That's what the sign is. And also back over here in Oklahoma City, we've got fire weather warning. So all of this is just definitely not a day for that. Now, let's talk tomorrow. When I got in here at 5, they had not upgraded it. Now they have. We were at a level 3 last night, and as of 4:30 this morning, they updated and changed this. We are now at a level 4 out of 5 for severe weather tomorrow. What does that mean for you? Severe weather, and it means you need to have a weather plan. Tornadoes are most likely going to happen with this storm, and when I say tornadoes, this will be a little bit different than last week, to where last week, as the storms were getting ready to move into the area, we had tornadoes popping out before the actual rain and things got here. This time, this will be embedded within these storms as they come about. We've seen this a time or two, but we're at a level 4 out of 5. Doesn't get much worse than that. So we want you to take seriousness with this storm. Now, the time has changed a little bit from when I also started this morning of the timeline of this. It was originally 2 to 8 p.m. They've narrowed this down from the National Weather Service from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. So mark that on your thoughts of what you're going to be doing tomorrow afternoon of watching weather. Let's look at this of what we've got. Here's radar. This is our color codes. This is a level 1, this is a level 2, 3, and this is the level 4. And as you see, Louisiana, Mississippi, and portions of Alabama is in the eye of this. And this takes in most of Mississippi as it'll be moving northeasterly across here. Now, as we zoom in a little bit closer here, Evansville, Kentucky, Lexington, these areas, and St. Louis is a level 2. Nashville down to Huntsville, Alabama, Memphis, and these areas of Little Rock to Shreveport. Even Mobile will be a level 2. Now, let's zoom in a little bit closer here and look at this level 4 that we now have when it comes to this severe weather. This is going to stretch from Baton Rouge. Alexandria is included in this, just below Hattiesburg around Loosedale. As we come up and we follow this over to Tuscaloosa, just east of Tuscaloosa, here is Meridian right here. All of this area, northward, Macon, Louisville, y'all are in this. Let's turn on location so you can see a little bit more about this as we move here. Here's Mississippi State. Right there. This is going to go north of there to Tupelo, just north of there, and follow back around through the Mississippi Delta and Greenwood. But as you see right here, this is the heart of where our area is, where we live. Here's Meridian, Mississippi. This is I-20 to Jackson, over to Demopolis. If you're on the edge of Alabama, you are involved in this. And again, I want you to take this serious. This is not one of these, oh, it's going to rain and that's it. We most likely will have power outages. As I look at my notes on this, we're going to have, and we'll get into what the National Weather Service is going to tell us here in just a moment, but we're going to have gusts of 50 to 50 miles an hour before this. Now, as the storms approach, within that storm, you could see gusts of 80 miles an hour. When these thunderstorms move through the area, it will increase. But wind during the day will be sustained winds of about 35, and then those gusting up to around 50 to 55. This is serious. What this will do is, if you've got a home that has limbs hanging over, it's going to be power outages because these limbs are going to snap. That's too much swaying for trees not to break. So we want you to be fully aware of what's coming up. Expect some power outages. Have a plan of where you're going to go should a storm break out, to make absolutely sure that you and your family are safe. We don't want you to, in any shape, form, or way, be caught off guard with this. All right, let's get into the breakdown of what the National Weather Service tells us.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Now, here we are with sunshine and 84 in Meridian. Not bad, is it? That's what we got. 83 in Philadelphia as we make our way through Louisville all the way up to State. It will be 83 as well. Back over at the river, 85 in Vicksburg, down to Natchez as we follow that river line. 83 in Hattiesburg will also make it to 85. As we go across the Bama state line, 85, Demopolis, Alabama, all through the Livingston area. We'll run about 84 today. As we go northward, Hamilton, cooler, and just as warm over in Montgomery. That's an outlook on what we've got that is occurring there. As I said, our timeline has been moved to 4 p.m. And let me pull this up from the National Weather Service, because the one that I got early, they've upgraded since then. And let's see here, Jackson, Mississippi. Here is what we're looking at from the National Weather Service of what they've got. Here's the very latest here. A level 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. is that timeline. From west of Jackson, it'll be from lunchtime till about 5 p.m. But we are all in that what we would call the red zone, 4 to 8 p.m. So you need to start being weather cautious anytime after lunch tomorrow. And we'll get into the serious weather from 4 to 8 p.m. right there after dark. We hope we're all wrong and this just comes through and it's a thunder shower, but I'm afraid that's not going to be the case as we watch this. So be cautious, be weather alert as we get ready for this. Strong winds. Let's look at this from the National Weather Service here. This is, I need to change it to that button there. As I mentioned a while ago, sustained winds of 25 to 35 miles an hour. That is strong. Gust 50 to 55 is what is expected there. It's going to be a lot of power outages. We'll be in close contact with the MEPA watching this. What does it mean? Vehicles can tip over. Also, it means that watch these trees on roadways. You can come around a curve and a tree be laying in the road where it fell. We don't want you injured. The wind on this will be anywhere from 10 a.m. till about 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. tomorrow night. That's what we're watching. They may have extended that a little bit further. As we come across Alabama, we're looking at this. They're going to be watching their weather from 5 until 6 a.m. From 5 p.m. in the evening as it goes across the entire state there. So a lot of weather we're watching there. Demopolis here as well. This has been upgraded to a level 4. This is a tad out. They gave that a upgrade also as we were getting ready putting all this together this morning. So what is temperatures going to do? As we pull this up from the National Weather Service, we see that a little bit cooler in northern Mississippi, normal for the Meridian area and south toward the coast. But we've got warmer temperatures on the way, headed this way from Nevada and Texas. It's on the way there. This is our 7-day outlook of what we're expecting here on the weather. Let's dig into this as we look at 83 today, 64 for that low tonight. Again, today, the fog will start moving in here in the next 5 to 10 minutes in areas, and it'll be around till about 9 o'clock. We've got gusts of 20 miles an hour today. Not a burning day at all. As we move into tonight, low around 64, as you see there on the map, and wind gusts will increase to 25 miles an hour. Now, as we roll into tomorrow, a 60% chance, 60 to 70% chance of rain there early. After 1 p.m., rain will start, high of about 84. Those wind gusts will be sustained winds of 25 with gusts up to 45 miles an hour. Now, as we get into this nighttime in the evening, the rain chances increase to a 90% chance. Should all be out of the area by 10 o'clock. These storms are going to be severe with this. We're expecting about 2 inches of rain to fall with the storms as it comes across the area. Anywhere from 1 to 2 inches is what will happen with these storms there. As this rolls out, we go back to sunshine and a few clouds early on Thursday, 71 for a high, and we gradually get into these 70s across here. Friday, 72, the weekend looks great, but we do have a chance of rain on Saturday as we look at the breakdown on Saturday being a 30% chance of showers, and it looks like that will end before 1 p.m. and then sunshine after that. Depending on where you look, one says 30%, another one, as our radar system, is giving it a 50% chance on Saturday. Should end by lunchtime. We get 72 for high on Sunday. Looks like it's pretty good weather there. No complaints whatsoever. As we jump ahead through the 12th of April, 76, 79, we'll average that. And then back around the 11th, mid-month, we'll get into the low 80s there. If we could only keep the 80-degree weather all summer long and stay away from those 90s, we'd all be happy, wouldn't we? We would. Let's look at the fishing times this morning, brought to you by Chet's Paint and Body. What's going to happen? Looks like a pretty good day to fish if you like wind. From 11:30 today to about 1:30 is the perfect time to fish. It'll be a little windy. Go with the wind. We've got a south wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, increasing to about 15 in the afternoon. Wind gust as high as 20 miles an hour. That'll throw that line out there quite a ways. So a recap in short of what we've got is severe weather tomorrow. Most likely embedded tornadoes within these thunderstorms that come. High winds bringing power outages and damaging winds. That's our takeaway. Again, be prepared. Have a plan if a tornado warning is issued of where you're going to go. Don't wait till it goes off and go, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. Plan now. Be 24 hours ahead of this. We will be on top of this, have a NOAA weather radio, have several ways to where you can pick up these alarms. Phones do it. Don't rely on the outside sirens, because what they do is they give an alarm for the entire county. It gives you a heads up, but don't rely on that. You could have loud noise in the house, not hear it in your business, and may miss it. We want you to be aware of it. We will go live and track this street by street so that you know when you feel safe. That's all that's important, is you and your family at the end of the day of all of this weather coverage. That's what it's about. Now, we'll be back in just about an hour and 2 minutes from now. Candace will be here, and we'll walk you through everything that's gone on, what's coming up, what's going on in our communities. That's on the way here at the Scotty Ray Report. We do appreciate that. We'll see you very soon, and thank each and every one of you. Brian McCary, how are you today? Also, Elizabeth Graham, glad to see you. Donna Roseman, Laura Lee, Gene Hines, morning to you. Christy Bell, glad to see you're up there. You were talking about the time frame there in Jackson, Mississippi, as we showed that. Let's be ready here late in the afternoon in the Meridian area tomorrow. We'll be back, and we'll have plenty of updates throughout the day as we track this weather as it comes near you. We'll see you soon. The Scotty Ray Report.
Scotty Ray's weather is brought to you by our following partners: